I'm joined by the author of The Case for Cancel Culture, Ernest Owens, and Professor of Clinical Medicine, a Fox News contributor, Dr. Mark Siegel. Well, welcome to you both. Dr. Siegel, let me start with you, if I may. I think at the heart of this just lies a really horrible conceit, which is that Oprah Winfrey went out there in September and proudly said, look, I'm losing all this weight the hard way, the hard yards way. I want to touch those drugs. That's not for me. You shouldn't do that. And now it turns out that as she was saying that, she was taking these drugs.
Yeah, I'm very disturbed about this for a lot of reasons, Piers. First of all, back in 1988, she supposedly lost 67 pounds with dietary change and exercise. As you've already said, she had the body positivity movement. She was a big leader in that said, accept people as you are. Now she's out talking about the shaming got to me, the fat shaming got to me. Well, what about for people out there that it didn't get to, that already listened to her before and said they're going to accept themselves as they are? Now she says this pill is a redemption. What is it, a spiritual or a religious pill? Instead of going to church or synagogue, you take this pill and you're redeemed? She's also talking about being on it as a maintenance drug. Well, I'm a physician who prescribes this. I don't like the word maintenance. How long is she going to stay on it? These drugs have side effects. There was 3,000 calls to poison centers in the United States last year from people who didn't know how to dose it properly because it comes in a very set dose. One more thing, there's a huge run on this drug. It's not stigmatized anymore. So if she thinks she's coming out as a celebrity to beat the stigma, it's not stigmatized. There's a huge run on it, and diabetics can't get it.
Yeah, I think that's a hugely important part of this. All right, Ernest Owens, here's the problem. I've known Oprah a long time. She did the first interview when I launched a show at CNN, and she was very gracious to me in that and very open. But she prides herself always on being completely honest, not least with her fans. And whether you like her or not, or support her or not, she's been here clearly dishonest to her fans, hasn't she?
No, I don't think so. I think she's evolved on the issue. And if you actually read that interview and really thought about how she came to a place of how she wanted to choose this decision, it's up to her. It's her body, it's her choice. I find it quite interesting that a bunch of men are debating on whether or not she's authentic as a black woman on how she chooses to treat her body.
What's it got to do with her skin colour, out of interest?
Well,
who mentioned her skin colour?
I did. I mean, you've mentioned other skin colors before.
What's it got to do with the skin colour? Sorry,
I'm stating that it's
Sorry,
interesting.
you thrown me there. We're talking about weight loss. We're talking about people's skin colours.
Okay, but you're also talking, but have you ever talked about men's weight loss on this show, Piers?
Yes.
Who?
Me.
You.
Me.
And so what was your decision? What was your weight loss journey about, Piers?
What I didn't do is lie to the public. I said, you know what? Here's how you lose weight. You put less stuff in your gob. You eat less, you drink less, you exercise a bit more, you'll lose weight. Or you can go on a Ozempic, which is a cheat, used by diabetics, and it will work. But as the doctor said, we don't know the side effects, blah, blah, blah. The point is, Oprah lied to her fans.
Choose what she does with her body.
Yeah, but Ernest, she lied. That's the point.
Well, but
I don't consider her lying. I think that she's evolved on the issue, and I think the reality is you should hold grace for people who evolve on their thinking of the matter. She expresses that she's giving herself a little bit more grace, that she's being more kind to herself, that we have to realize that we're in a society where high-profile celebrities, specifically women, are oftentimes in a society where they feel like they have to do all types of things to their bodies in order to feel how they feel. I think Oprah made the decision that works for her.
All right.
That's her choice. That's her agency, and we should respect it.
All right, Dr. Siegel.
Piers, yeah, I want to jump in here because I noticed, first of all, I respect Ernest a lot, but I noticed he didn't mention the word physician once in there. Let's remember, this is a prescription drug. It isn't that even Oprah doesn't get to decide. A physician has to prescribe this, and unfortunately, there's too many ways you can get this on telemedicine without a real physician, and doctors have to discern, and I'm telling you, there's a tremendous shortage here. So when a celebrity like her, who's got a huge following, comes out like this late in the game, not early in the game, puts even more pressure on the situation where I can't use the drug for people who need it the most. That's my issue.
I completely agree. That is a very very serious issue.
We don't know all the details. We don't know all the details of Oprah's health. And at the end of the day, she's a very smart woman. She's a very wealthy woman. And she has the resources to inform herself on her own personal choices with her body. And so I think that it would be intellectually dishonest to act as though she's just roguely getting this, drug and not thinking about all the precautions and measures. I think she's a lot
You know what
smarter
I
than
think,
that.
Ernest? I admire your efforts to try and defend her, but I think you're defending the indefensible. The truth is she lost so much weight. I know Sharon Osbourne very well, great friend of mine. She talked recently about how she lost way too much weight with Ozempic and is now desperately trying to put it back on. That's a problem for a lot of people I've seen, right? And Sharon's been very open about that. But here's the thing, Oprah's lost so much weight so far, she couldn't keep lying that she was doing it the hard way by yomping and hiking in the hills. She wasn't. She was taking a drug that stops you having an appetite. She stopped eating because she was taking Ozempic. That's the truth. And as the Dr. Siegel said, with so many people now following her, they're all going to go out and want to do this because they think, wow, it worked for Oprah. It's going to work for me.
But using a profile and a platform like this to shame her speaks into the same reason why a lot of people do not disclose how they go through their weight loss journey. And that's actually fueling
honestly
to the point that Oprah was making.
Yeah, but Ernest, how about doing it honestly? I mean, Dr. Siegel, Oprah Winfrey.
What is honesty? How do you get to define how a person can honestly lose weight? Who are you to say that?
No, that's not what I said. In mid-September, Oprah Winfrey told the world, I am doing it the hard way. I'm not going to touch those drugs. Now it turns out she was lying.
And maybe that was the way she chose to do it then.
She lied. Dr. Siegel, back to you.
In her interview that she has changed her perspective. She is being softer.
All right, Dr. Siegel.
There's an evolution here that she has, that she's grown.
Listen, I don't think... Ernest, you made a good point here that I want to agree with. It's a personal matter. We don't know what her and her doctor are discussing, but she's coming out as a celebrity here, and she's voicing a huge as a leader. And the word I don't like is maintenance, because as Piers is actually hinting at, she's already looking great, and if she stops it, the weight's going to come back. We have a huge problem as doctors here. What do we do with this drug? People are on it. They can't get off it. They try to stop it. The weight comes back. This is not something that she should be on a podium with, in my opinion. What she does for her health is between her and her doctor.
Yeah, and by the way, let's remind everyone that Oprah is an ambassador for Weight Watchers. More than 1 million new members joined in 1 year because of her. She makes gazillions from her 10% stake in the company. And Weight Watchers, last time I checked, is not about taking a drug called Ozempic, Ernest.
Again, like I've said before, there are various journeys and various ways that one can lose weight. Some people might feel like they need Ozempic to help them with their journey for various reasons that we do not know, right?
All right.
But other people will choose to use Weight Watchers, and I think we need to give Oprah the grace, the space, and the respect to share her journey.
We don't have any Ozempic. We're out of it.
Exactly.
We can't find it. It's not in pharmacies. We're out of it. So now people that are morbidly obese can't get it.
There is no complete.
You know what's going to happen, Ernest?
Complete, absolute absence of Ozempic.
Ernest, a final point on this. You can take this to the bank, and Dr. Siegel's hinted at this. The truth is, there's a run on Ozempic and these other drugs like it. Diabetics are going to end. Hang on, let me finish. Diabetics are going to end up not being able to get the crucial drugs they need because Oprah Winfrey fans are going to go out in their hundreds of thousands and now try and emulate her weight loss using this drug. And right there is the problem. Dr. Siegel, great to have you on Uncensored tonight. Thank you. Ernest, always good to have you on, even if you're normally defending the indefensible. Thank you.